Okay, it's time to start working on a tailgate. I got this tailgate off Craigslist. Nah, I'm just kidding. Here's our tailgate over here. I did keep that old blue one so I can kind of open up the insides and see how all the mechanisms work, because when I started trying to take this one apart, I foolishly did so and let at least one catch nut fall down inside the body of it. So I may end up having to cut a hole in it to get it out. I'm using some 40 grit. I wish I had some 80 grit, but 40 grit's working pretty good. Just stripping all this off. I will tell you, I don't remember if this was our original tailgate or if we bought a tailgate or what, but all the paint through here just peeled off. Let me see if I can get something to show you right here. It's about 1,000 degrees. Well, I can't show you, but like down in here, it just peeled off. You can see where some of their primer it didn't stick. So I had some success peeling paint off. You can see all that right there. Anyway, I've got a few little places that are gonna need to be straightened up. I'm gonna take all this stuff out and sandblast it. I've got some putty here and some putty here. Had a ding right there. But so far, I'll get some self-etching primer, and that will grab onto that real nice. It's just hot, hot, hot. That's what I'm doing. Okay, so sandblasted the tailgate to get a little bit of the rest of the stuff off of it. I've got a pot blaster. It just didn't work right. I fought it the whole time, took it over to Daddy's, and we used the siphon hose, what I call it, straw, stick it in the sandblasting bag and let it rip. I have treated the rust areas. I have cleaned it down and started hitting it with some self-etching primer, and I ran out. The bottom side, you can't see that, but it's all done. The top side I was working on, and I ran out. So I've also taken the hardware, sandblasted all of it, and I've hit it with some matte black paint. I'm really going to slap it to it. I recognize that a lot of this stuff will end up wearing off just because it's contact points, but it at least looks pretty good, and it'll really pop clean against the red that'll be on the edge of the tailgate. So I'm looking forward to it. I've got some body filler work to do in a couple of places. It won't need much, but right there was a low spot, and I got some lows up there. My goal, I've got to take the kids to go get some snow cones today. So when I leave to go there, we'll go get some more self-etching primer, and I will finish that. My goal then this evening would be put a little bit of putty in some places where it's very obvious, and then put some 2K primer on top of it. It is really humid, so I'm not worried about it drying, but I'm worried about keeping air out of my line. So I may be able to do that, I may not. Here we go. Good heavy coat. Okay, you can get a little bit better look at it now. A little bit better look. Got some glaze putty on a few little places. Looks bad, I know, but it'll clean up. I'm just gonna rub them over and then hit it with 2K. Knock the edges off, hit it with 2K, see what happens. But it's hot. Today is literally like the hottest day of the year. Heat index was earlier 106, I think. No breeze. Humidity's actually come down, so they say, but it's just hot. You can't even walk out here and look around without sweating. So unless it cools off, I may rub some off and I'm done. All right, so I have dispensed with Tailgate for a little bit. Got some pretty good weather, dry. Keep your fingers crossed. I haven't seen a bug yet, and so I'm spraying the white on the bed. I'll keep you posted. It's hot. I'm a little worried about the sunshine hitting it, so I moved it. I want it to be able to flow and settle. I'm not too worried about overspray. I know my tape job's not perfect, but I got to wet sand the red anyway, so a little bit of overspray probably won't hurt me too bad. But I'm not spraying directly on it either. All right, I'll keep you posted. Okay, tape is off. It's still got to kind of settle in. There's still a lot of orange peel as compared to the red. And I'm hoping it's not too hot and that it'll settle out. I am pretty pleased. I could point out some places to you that my body work just wasn't perfect. Thankfully it's on the white, so it won't be that bad. But I'm kind of happy with it. If it'll just, I can wet sand it, of course. But if it'll settle out like the red has, I'll be pretty happy. Do not like the tape. That's covered by trim, obviously, but I don't like that. I didn't like the way that went down. This may show, but it won't be enough. I'm pretty happy down here because this line will show, and I believe when I wet sand and get it all smooth, that's going to be okay. This side over here has a little spot in it right there. I'm hoping wet sand will kind of knock some of that off. That part shows. We always put a piece of black tape across there that sort of mimicked the trim that goes in there. I don't want to do that. I want a clean line, so we're going to see if that'll go. So anyway, it went on good. It covered real good. We'll see. If that works, then I'll give it a few days to set up and cure. I had to kind of clean up back here. Where I did have some overspray back in there. You can see where I got it in the, but it wiped off good and clean. I like that. Tailgate's next, but I think I may give this a few days and then try wet sanding it, see if I can get it like a mirror.